Spain defeats France in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Now, I have to say, I am not surprised. Literally, I'm not surprised because this is literally what I said in my video earlier. Now, for France, it is easy for them. Just keep doing what you're doing, right? But I think with this Spanish team, what they do is they don't have they're not really having an outstanding, World Cup campaign. They're not really having that, talked about World Cup campaign. But what they do is they're very, very effective and they're going under the radar. That's what scares me, right? The onus is going to be on France. Obviously, they're seen as the favorite to win the World Cup. They're going to have to come out and try to score. Spain, they do this thing where they take football to the pace they want it to go. Like they can drop the tempo of the game to a certain level that if you're in the pitch playing against them, it becomes so tiring for you. Like psychologically, you get tired of playing. And they know when to turn the tempo up. And I just hope these French players they can have that psychological toughness when they're not having the ball or when they're not seeing the ball because Spain can frustrate you. Now, as good as France have been in this World Cup, as scintillating as the attack has been, as fluid as the attack has been, I know that Spain had something that France did not. They had that cohesion. I watching Spain today, truthfully, it reminded me of peak Arsenal last season. You feel in this game that you can get a goal. You feel in the game that you have something like you can nick a goal, but you don't. Right? It was very, very easy. Right? I've not seen anything make France look so ordinary in a very, very long time. France literally did not offer anything. Right? Spain outran France in the midfield, ball possession, the way they were dominating France. It felt like, if you, in that my video, I mean mention that the only way France could, get something out of this game was if they played the way they did throughout the tournament. Right? It felt like France were trying to outplay Spain, and we know that is not possible, right? They were trying to keep possession of the ball for too long, trying to be intricate, trying to, play in around the box like Spain normally does. But I knew that was not going to work because Spain can do this stuff where they take football to a level that it becomes so frustrating for you. And when you lose that concentration, that's when they hit you. If you see the two goals Spain scored in that game, they literally France lost concentration. The two goals they scored was especially the penalty. It was very very poor from Lucas Digne. Flinging your feet in the box when you don't know what's behind you. But the second goal they scored, right? It was a typical Spain's kind of goal. France switched off, right? And I knew they were going to face a lot of problems, especially when Saliba was injured and they had to take him out of the game because Saliba is the one that really makes Upamecano look good. You could see how mistake prone Upamecano became when Saliba was not in the pitch. You could see how he was shaky in defense. Lecroix was okay, but he is not a Saliba, right? There's this level of confidence that Saliba gives to his teammates. Upamecano cannot offer that. Today, it was an outstanding display from Spain. And I also made mention that Spain were flying under the radar, right? Coming into that game, Spain were the underdogs. Everybody was expecting France to come into that game, trash Spain, and that played into Spain's hand. Like the way the game was set up, everything about that game was in their favor. Like it was perfect for Spain, and you could see how they dominated midfield. Like Rodri was literally running the whole show on the day. Right, it was an outstanding display from Spain, and I think if they continue playing that like this, I don't think anything can stop them. Even though it's England, I don't think anything can stop them because they are that good.